Guys, it's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Friday, May 10th, 2024, and I have another emergency alert to share with you guys. Right now, it is just past midnight here in Pennsylvania in the United States, and we have some major breaking news coming in from here in the US and in Eastern Europe and the Middle East, and also from the Sun. So we had three presidential Doomsday planes airborne yesterday on Thursday, May the 9th, over the United States. And what's interesting is two of the three Doomsday planes flew to Colorado Springs, which is where Cheyenne Mountain Complex is located. That's a U.S. government Doomsday bunker located right outside of Colorado Springs. Okay, so two U.S. presidential Doomsday planes flying to Colorado Springs on Thursday, May the 9th, and they all took off from Offutt Air Base, which is home of U.S. Strategic Command in Omaha, Nebraska. So this is very serious, guys. It's possible that they already started relocating VIPs to the Cheyenne Mountain bunker. And what's interesting is some of these Doomsday planes were flying with their transponders off. Now, earlier yesterday, I reported on the first Doomsday plane that flew to Colorado Springs. And then shortly after I posted my update yesterday evening, there were two more Doomsday planes that took off from Omaha, Nebraska. One flew to Tucson, Arizona, and then one flew to Colorado Springs. Okay, so that was the second one that flew to Colorado Springs, where Cheyenne Mountain Complex is located. Now, Cheyenne Mountain is home of NORAD. That's where the U.S. tracks incoming missiles. It's also a continuity of government site. That's where the U.S. government would move the president, vice president, generals, congressmen, etc. Very important people would be moved to the Cheyenne Mountain bunker. Okay, so two presidential Doomsday planes going to Colorado Springs, potentially dropping off VIPs in Colorado Springs for entrance to the Doomsday bunker there in Cheyenne Mountain. And what you're looking at here is the flight path of the second one. You can see it flew towards Colorado Springs, and then it turned around and came back towards Offutt Air Base. Here was the first one. You can see it took off from Omaha, and it went east over Iowa. Then it turned back west. And what's interesting is it turned its transponder off when it flew over Missouri, and then it turned its transponder back on over northern Kansas, and then it went to Colorado Springs. Okay, so this is very concerning, guys. Two presidential Doomsday planes going to Colorado Springs. Very, very concerning. Here's the third presidential Doomsday plane that went to Tucson, Arizona. There is a maintenance facility there at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base. They do maintenance on these Doomsday planes over there. And here's the shot of both of those two Doomsday planes taking off later on this evening. One went to Cheyenne Mountain, one went to Tucson. We have a severe solar storm that's going to be impacting us starting tomorrow and through the weekend. This could be the strongest solar storm in over 20 years. What you're looking at here is an official warning from the Space Weather Prediction Center of the NOAA. And they're saying that yesterday, the NOAA Space Weather Prediction Center issued a severe geomagnetic storm watch for the first time since January 2005. Okay, so we are under a severe geomagnetic storm watch right now. They're saying that tonight or tomorrow night, Friday night, May the 10th, is when the solar storm is going to be at its peak. So if you have clear skies, you may see auroras in your neck of the woods. The auroras are going to be visible as far south as Alabama. Okay, but this is the first time since January 2005 that the NOAA in the U.S. has issued a G4 class geomagnetic storm watch. Okay, so almost 20 years. At least 5 Earth-directed coronal mass ejections were observed and expected to arrive as early as midday Friday, May the 10th, 2024, and persist through Sunday, May 12th. This is an unusual event. Several strong flares have been observed over the past few days and were associated with a large and magnetically complex sunspot cluster, sunspot 3664, which is 16 times the diameter of Earth. Additional solar activity is expected from the region. Okay, so they're saying that more flares could potentially come out of this massive sunspot. And this update was sponsored by My Patriot Supply. Guys, My Patriot Supply is doing a discount on their 1-month emergency food supply. And to get the deal, you got to go to preparewithNYPrepper.com, and the link is in the description below this video. This is a 1-month freeze-dried food supply. It has a 25-year shelf life. Normal price is $237. They've dropped it down to $177. So that's a savings of $60. And it's all packed within 2 rugged, water-resistant buckets. Free shipping is included. $177 for 1 month of food. Where are you going to find a deal like that? They also have a general store, and they're always running discounts in their general store on various prepping and survival items. They have everything from MREs, potassium iodide, to survival seeds. And to get to their general store, you got to click on the My Patriot Supply logo at the top of the page when you get to preparewithNYPrepper.com. And you'll see when you get there, they have everything you can imagine. So use the link preparewithNYPrepper.com to get $60 off the My Patriot Supply 1-month emergency food supply. That's $180 for 1 month of food, free shipping included. The link is in the description below this video. And also check out their general store. They have everything you can imagine prepping and survival related, and they're always running various discounts there. Okay, and they already have us at a G4, which is the second highest geomagnetic storm classification, and they could potentially bump us up to a G5. Okay, they say here only 3 severe geomagnetic storms have been observed during this solar cycle, which began in December 2019. The last G4 severe geomagnetic storm was on March 23rd of this year. The last G5 was the Halloween storms in October of 2003. That G5 resulted in power outages in Sweden and damaged power transformers in South Africa. Okay, so this could cause power interruptions. It could cause communications interruptions. Okay, they're saying that more activity is expected. Okay, so this could last for several days. Okay, until this sunspot rotates away from Earth, which it's slowly doing. But this could last through the entire weekend, and I will be covering this solar storm live, and I will be updating you guys if anything crazy happens live. But this is very, very serious. The NOAA is going to have a press conference tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time. That's how serious this is, okay? So want to just update you guys on some of the news coming out of Eastern Europe. Putin apparently relitigated his belief that the West is erasing the Soviet Union's contributions to defeating Nazi Germany during the Second World War during his May 9th Victory Day speech, a grievance that is at the core of Russia's adversarial perceptions of the West. And I talked about that in my last update. Putin was basically saying that the West are a bunch of hypocrites and stuff like that. And the Russian Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokeswoman Maria Zakharova claimed that the Moldovan government is engaged in Nazi-like genocide in Moldova, a notable inflection in Kremlin officials' rhetoric about Moldova that is likely meant to set conditions for a Russian effort to secure control over Moldova. and not just some of its regions. Okay, so the Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman calling the Moldovan government a bunch of Nazis, saying that they're involved in genocide against Russians, probably. And basically, this is going to give the excuse for Russia to attack Moldova. I think they're going to use the same excuse to attack Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. I showed you guys a bunch of the flight paths from the Baltics over the last 48 hours, and there's been a massive amount of NATO activity over the Baltics. And a Russian oil refinery in the Kaluga region was hit by Ukrainian drones tonight. So here we have some video footage of one of these refineries. Look at that, guys. Massive flames there. So Ukraine continuing to strike Russian oil refineries, which is basically the lifeline of the Russian economy. Okay, Russia makes a lot of money off of their oil and gas reserves. So Ukraine is playing it smart and attacking Russia where they are weakest. And analysis of current satellite images shows that North Korea is building a second submarine capable of carrying ballistic missiles. So here we have a picture of this area in North Korea showing a submarine base here. Looks like they're building a submarine base, okay? Another submarine capable of carrying ballistic missiles. This picture was taken on April 29th, so not too long ago. We have the Polish defense minister telling Polish people that they need to have bug out bags. He posted this on Twitter yesterday morning. He said, preparedness for crisis situations is not only an obligation, but also our responsibility. A safety backpack may prove crucial in the first hours of unforeseen situations or natural disasters. Education and awareness are the foundations of our readiness for any random events. Wow, guys. So the Polish defense minister telling people to have bug out bags in the event of unforeseen situations. What do you guys think that could be? Probably a Russian attack on Poland or some kind of a war in the eastern flank of NATO in the Baltics. And we currently have more U.S. reconnaissance over the Asia Pacific region tonight. We have another combat Sentinel plane going out to the Yellow Sea in the same spot that it was yesterday. Okay, keeping an eye on this little peninsula here in the Yellow Sea. And this combat Sentinel plane can pick up radar emissions and radio signals and send that information directly to the president and our top generals. We only have 2 of these planes in the U.S. Air Force, so if one of these planes is airborne somewhere, it means something serious is going on, and the top echelons of our military need to know more information about something. We also have some type of a reconnaissance plane patrolling the border of North and South Korea tonight. We also have a U.S. aerial refueler operating just south of Taiwan, refueling probably various types of U.S. military aviation here. And then we also have a Cobra Ball that just took off from Okinawa. It looks like it's heading back to Alaska, or it may be going to Guam or Hawaii, but that's a missile detection plane. It can pick up the trajectories of missiles and track their trajectories and speed and so on. So very interesting. Something is brewing here in Asia. And Taiwan's Coast Guard released a video of 5 Chinese Coast Guard ships and 7 other Chinese vessels operating near the Taiwan Kinmen Island. Apparently, they were part of a fleet that was operating in Taiwan's restricted waters just 4 nautical miles southwest of Liaolu Bay. Okay, so these are Chinese Coast Guard ships operating inside of Taiwan's territorial waters, okay? And the Kinmen Island is a small island that's controlled by Taiwan, and it's literally like 1 or 2 miles off the coast of the Chinese mainland. And recently, like 2 or 3 months ago, we sent several Green Beret detachments there, okay, special forces to the Kinmen Island, and China has since been sailing all these ships around the Kinmen Island, and it looks like they have now entered Taiwan's restricted waters, 4 nautical miles southwest of this bay. Now, if you guys don't know, territorial waters of a country extend 7 nautical miles from the shoreline. Okay, so if they were 4 nautical miles from this bay, that means that they were 3 nautical miles inside of Taiwan's territorial waters. Okay, and Taiwan's defense ministry said Thursday it detected 23 Chinese warplanes and 5 Chinese naval warships around Taiwan a day after a U.S. warship sailed through the Taiwan Strait. The military presence around Taiwan comes less than 2 weeks after its inauguration of incoming President Lai Ching-te, who China regards as a dangerous separatist. And the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, said in a television interview that Israel destroyed 20 Hamas battalions out of 24. So basically, all Hamas battalions have been destroyed almost, except for just 4, which I bet are hiding out in Rafah. And the U.S. Centers for Disease Control are going to start tracking bird flu in wastewater samples across the United States. So the CDC is very concerned about potentially a bird flu outbreak. And there's a large pro-Hamas demonstration ongoing in the George Washington University in Washington, D.C. So things are really spiraling out of control, guys. We have massive tensions between NATO and Russia. We have multiple Doomsday planes here in the U.S. going to Doomsday bunkers today and yesterday. We have all kinds of reconnaissance activity in Asia and in the Baltics. I really do believe that Russia and Belarus are going to attack the Baltic countries. I think Russia is going to try to make a land connection to Kaliningrad. I think they may attack Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia all at the same time. And we've seen all these Russian military cargo planes going to Kaliningrad the last few days. So they're obviously moving equipment into Kaliningrad. Okay. So you have to get prepared, guys. Things are really escalating around the world. Take the advice of the Polish defense minister. Have a bug out bag. Okay. This is very serious for a defense minister of a major NATO country telling people that they should have bug out bags. I mean, that's the first time I've ever heard that. Okay. So get prepared, guys. Something big is about to go down. We have this massive solar storm coming this weekend. Okay. G4 class. It could potentially go up to a G5 class storm, which could blow out transformers. Make sure all your devices and TVs and stuff in your house have surge protectors. If not, go to Walmart and buy like half a dozen surge protectors and plug them in all around your house and plug in all your devices into those surge protectors, okay? Because if you're just plugging in your TV, your computer, whatever, your laptop into your wall outlet, okay, unless you have a good lightning protection system, all those devices are going to be vulnerable to a power surge. So you need to get surge protectors to protect your devices from this solar flare in case there's a power surge in the main power lines. But transformers could go down. So I will be monitoring the situation, and I may go live to monitor it later on today or tomorrow, Friday night, whatever. Okay, I may go live Friday evening to monitor it because that's when it's going to peak. And if you do have clear skies, you definitely want to go out Friday night, Eastern time, and look to the north. Make sure you're on high ground with no obstructions to your view, and you most likely will see auroras. In my area, we have clouds and rain forecasted for the whole weekend, so I don't know if I'll be able to see the auroras or not. I really hope and pray that I can catch a glimpse of them. Would be amazing. But I will be back with more breaking news tomorrow. So make sure you're subscribed. Hit the bell icon down below so you get notified when I post these updates. Also, because my Twitter account was deleted, I'm now using Telegram, and I'm posting all of these updates to my Telegram channel. So if you want to stay up to date on all of my updates, just follow me on Telegram. I post all my updates there, so you'll never miss an update if you follow me there. And I'll leave a link to my Telegram in the comments down below. It's just t.me/NYPrepper1. So until later on, take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere. Culinary out.